What is going on, guys? Mike here for the very first episode of replacing my clutch and trans in the 240. I'm here with Cameron and Pedro, who are helping me out with this a little bit. Just got here to my cousin's house. We just started jacking it up. We're gonna get it. I'm running low on phone battery, so I'm gonna try and go over what I'm doing and show you guys, and then I'm gonna have to plug my phone and let it charge for a little bit. Essentially right now we're just gonna get the whole car jacked up with 4 jack stands so we can get it off the ground a little bit to give us some working room underneath the car. And then we're probably gonna have to go ahead and take the exhaust off because that's most likely gonna get in the way. Next step will be the drive shaft. I have a center support bearing, and then the back unscrews and it pulls out and drops down. There should be a mount. That's holding up the back of the transmission that we undo. It should be, I think, 4 bolts, and the trans will kind of sag, and then we could get the bolts all around the belt housing, and it should come out. Hopefully it's that easy. It never really works out that easy, but that's what we're hoping for. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Alright, so we got the car up on jacks. We got them kind of like as high as they would go, just to give us as much clearance as possible. Alright, so it looks like the exhaust is actually going to clear. So we're going to go ahead and try and, let me get this light. So we're going to try and drop this trans with the exhaust still in, because it looks like it clears all the way back. So first step, this is a 1/2 inch. Just throw your breaker bar on this little bolt and drain the trans. Make sure you don't forget to pull the shifter out. There should be these 4 bolts holding down this little rubber boot. Make sure you pull this out before you drain the trans fluid, so there's got a hole up top to breathe out of. All right, there's a snap ring down here. I don't know if you can see it right there. You got to pull that out and the whole shifter will come out. Ooh, that's yummy fluid. Hey, look, it's all my gears. Thanks, broken synchros. All right, so while the trans is still draining over here, we're working on getting this drive shaft out. This is the center support bearing right here, because I have the factory drive shaft. It comes in like 2 pieces, and this little bushing kind of holds them together. There's 2 bolts right here. There's 17s. There's one here and one here, and that'll free up this whole middle piece. And then you just have to break loose these 4 on the back of the drive shaft right here. They're I'm pretty sure they're 14 mil. Yes. And to get to these 4 back here, you can just go ahead and spin this drive shaft to get to all 4 of these. You just need a wrench on the front and a wrench on the back and break them all loose. And then once you get those loose and these 2 support bearing loose, this whole piece will slide out from right here. Alright, next step is just pulling out these 17s. There's 2 here and 2 on this side, and that's going to lower down the whole back half. Alright, the slave cylinder right here is just 2 14s. You just pull that out and let that hang down. There's a couple little sensors over here that you just got to unclip so they don't get in the way when you're lowering the trans. Alright, so the transmission's coming along. We got just about everything done. We got the drive shaft out. We got all the sensors and whatnot unplugged. We loosened up the trans cross member. We're working on all the bolts around the bell housing. There's a couple of them are 14s and a couple of them are 17s. I don't know. There's just a bunch that go all around the bell housing, so we're working on trying to get all those loose. There's those 2 stubborn ones right up on the top that been giving us a little bit of difficulty. But the best thing that I'm thinking we're going to be able to do, if you can't get it from the top, you can kind of drop that
cross member a little bit to kind of angle the transmission back, and you might be able to get a long extension up on one of those 17s and be able to break it free that way. But we got about half the bolts loose, and we'll get back when we're dropping the trans out.
Oh yeah, going the wrong way.
All right, still making progress. Fighting these bolts. We'll definitely have it out tonight. It's just, I mean, we're not doing too bad. It's only 9 o'clock. We started at 7, so it's about 2 hours, and we're just about to drop it. I don't know. I guess that's not too bad. A lot more bolts around the bell housing than I was expecting. I thought it'd be similar to the KA, and I seem to have a lot more bolts in the SR bell housing that I wasn't anticipating. First injury of the night.
Get him a 12.
All right, we just got the transmission out. Thank God.
Thank God. That took way too long.
We're taking a pizza break since we got the trans out. All right, the break's over. We got the trans out. Everything's looking really good. I just got to go down there. We're going to remove the clutch and the flywheel, and then we should be done for today. I'll be able to bring the flywheel tomorrow to get resurfaced. And not today, but Saturday, we're going to be throwing it all back in and together. I don't know. I got to check how long the footage is. I don't know if it's going to be a two-parter or if I'm going to be able to squeeze it all into one video. But I'm going to go ahead and remove the clutch and flywheel right now.
Drive it home, Joe. Do it for fucking Wayne Gretzky.
Do it for Wayne Gretzky. Hashtag do it for Wayne Gretzky.
That's gonna be a new hashtag.
That's gonna be it, man. How do you feel about it, Camo?
I feel great about it, man.
Alright guys, so somehow I managed to lose all of the audio on the rest of these clips. So I'm just going to kind of give you a breakdown on what happened. So as we were removing the last bolt off the flywheel, it had snapped off in the crank, probably due to just being over-torqued, possibly with an impact gun, and maybe being cross-threaded on its way in. I'm not too sure what exactly caused that, but all of the bolts were very hard to remove from the flywheel, but that one in particular just would not come out without snapping. So with that being said, I had to order new flywheel bolts, and everything will be here soon, and we will be able to get this new clutch and transmission with the resurfaced flywheel back up in the car by this weekend. Alright, so I'm going to have to end the video here, but the next episode will be up very soon, and it will be of me and Pedro at Nissan installing the new clutch and transmission back into the car. But that video is going to be up soon. And if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every week, and there's going to be some great videos coming out. I'm going to my first drift event really soon, and it's going to be so much fun. And also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see upcoming. I have so many things that I plan on doing with this car, but any input from you guys will be appreciated. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.